We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
What's up, Jacksonville? This is Allie McDeal from both Best Bet Card Rooms in Jacksonville and Orange Park. Head to either Best Bet location November 2nd for a chance to win $12,000. Jump in a cash game at either location for a monster high hands. The player with the highest hand between noon and 6 p.m. will receive $6,000. Stick around. The high hand will reset, and the player with the highest hand between 6 p.m. and midnight will also receive $6,000. For more detailed information, visit them on the web at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet, where anybody can win.
All right, so here's what happened. Hicken here. My air conditioning went out. Oh, what do I do? It was hot this summer, man, like every summer. My wife said, we got to figure it out quick. We expect great service. I'm telling you, Bueller Air Conditioning rang the bell. The wife loved them. I loved them. They sent a professional over quickly. And when I say professional, that's what I mean. They were clean. They were courteous. They took care of it in no time flat. Now we have a brand new air conditioning system. You know what we did? We stayed cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe bursts inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-SERVPRO at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again. This year, we will recognize 12 local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new vehicle. 12 heroes will be getting 12 new vehicles. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, and new this year, your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, let's play him in. We got a lot of questions for Doc Murphy this morning, and it's all centering around the medical procedure that goes on out there in Alabama. I mean,
Doc, you've been holding out on us all this time. It's that simple just to fix
this is
high
twice
sprains.
now. But when we talked about it last year, if I remember correctly, Doctor, good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Sorry to be so rude. But we want to get right into this. So Tua has this tightrope surgery or whatever the heck it is. And last year we said, look, this could be cutting edge, breakthrough, like this maybe be how they treat high ankle sprains in an effort to get kids, athletes, back to their profession quicker or their sport. And so he did it last year and on one leg, and he did come back and play. But I also remember him saying it took him like 4 months after the season to recover. So anyway, is this just a quick fix and then you have to recover? Is it just a way to get you back? And what is it? And how come if it was cutting edge last year, nobody else has done it?
Well, a couple good points there.
Thank you very
much.
Streamers fall from the sky.
Thank you. I rarely get them.
So 1 point, is it cutting edge?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is there a study that shows that it works? No, there isn't. This is somebody at Alabama who thinks he is revolutionizing ankle surgery. Well, that's fine. Do a controlled, randomized controlled study, prove it works, and then do it. Don't do things just because you think it's the way to do it.
And is that what this guy's doing?
Yes. There's no study that proves that doing the first
It's called
of all,
tightrope surgery, Doc.
Well, the tightrope. Let's explain what it is. So, a high ankle sprain,
right,
as opposed to the common ankle where you injure the lateral ligaments, you also injure the ligament between the tibia and the fibula, the two bones of the ankle.
Right.
So, with that, sometimes the bones will splay open, and that develops arthritic changes in the joint. So that's why you want to protect that joint. Okay. So it takes longer to heal that. So it's kind of an 8-week healing deal, sometimes 3 months to get that to heal. So the theory of this tightrope, it's basically an internal splint. As opposed to putting a boot on,
right,
you're doing an internal splint where you're putting this, it's a big, thick, non-absorbable suture with basically a cufflink button on each side, and you squeeze it and hold it together. So it secures that so it won't splay open.
So it pushes, so basically.
So there's a button on the, little cufflink button on the tibia, on the side, and then one on the fibula.
Which, and for people that are trying to visualize, it would be basically right at the top of your foot here.
About 2 centimeters above your ankle joint.
Yeah.
You make a tiny little hole, drill a hole across, and put this little button with a suture between it and squeeze it tight so it won't open up. So it prevents the tibia and the fibula from splaying open.
Which would basically make the pain a little less.
Well, maybe. Probably not. Reality is it's still going to take 8 weeks to heal the ligament, regardless of whether you did that or not. You splinted it, that's fine. That's like putting it in a boot. Okay, maybe I don't need the boot because now I have this internal splint, but it doesn't make the healing process any quicker.
How did he come back so fast for the title game last year, or was it because he didn't really have a high ankle sprain?
That's what we said last time. Either A, he didn't have a high ankle sprain truly, or maybe he injected it, any number of things to make the pain go away.
For that game.
Sure, but it didn't heal any quicker. So you're putting the athlete at risk in reality.
And this is a different timing, too. This could be a lot more penal for Alabama and
this
for Tua
isn't
because
it's not just two. He's done
just
several. He's done
right.
many of these. This is kind of his shtick.
Just at Bama or other places?
Yeah, I think this is the guy at Bama thinking
he did it to Jalen Hurts apparently.
Yeah, he did it at Hurts last year too. Yeah, this is his thing, and that's fine. Actually, it's not fine unless you're doing it based on some scientific studies. So don't do procedures on people, especially high-end athletes, without science to back it up because you think it's the way to do it.
And Alabama is a,
and maybe he has an ongoing controlled study that he's doing this on some and booting the others to see if it gets better.
I'm surprised you would
don't
use
do that
athletes
on
though,
the
as
number
the guinea
one.
pigs.
Yeah, don't do that on the potential number one pick in the NFL draft. That's my point. I mean,
So
if
the
you have
further damage
scientific
could
data
be
to
that-
support it, fine.
That you convince him to play too quick. That's what
Correct. You send him back too quick.
The actual surgery itself, though, isn't going to cause more. The procedure won't cause more damage. It just
No.
might cause you to do things ahead of when you should.
Correct.
Okay.
Now you can get infected anytime you do
Sure.
surgery. There's issues, but pretty safe and minimally invasive procedure. But the issue is you're sending them back sooner than it's healed and putting the athlete at some potential risk for further injury. So unless you can show me a scientific paper, the controlled study that shows that works, then you really need to hold off on doing that until you prove it.
They say you're walking in 4 days and jogging in 9.
Yeah.
They play LSU November 9th. He did it on October
2 weeks
9th.
from this week.
Yeah,
2 weeks from Saturday.
Did it on October 19th. So
they're just trying to do something that'll speed it up so that he can play the big games.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, they don't care about Arkansas this week.
That's not what you do in medicine. That's
Now-
not your job as an orthopedic surgeon. Your job is to
fix it so it's better for your rest of your life.
and prevent them from further harm. Keep them from further injury when you treat them.
And this is basically just weeks of using them for your own means.
Nick Saban wants me to get this guy back in the field quicker. Therefore, I'm going to do a procedure that hasn't been vetted and proved to try and get this guy back on the field quicker. I just think it's a ethically questionable move.
Well, he's got a family right there. Does somebody have to step up and say, Tua, we're going to be millionaires here. What are we doing? We're going to have 2 bad wheels here possibly.
Yeah, well,
this stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, look out. If maybe he develops some arthritis in his ankle 2 years from now and comes back and says, hey, wait a minute, why'd you do this? And, show me some data to support why this was done and why I went back to playing it a week instead of the 2 months like it should be.
By the way, Mac Jones, who went to Bowles, becomes the starter de facto up there at Alabama. And when he came in for Tua
Saturday,
he played really good last week because, Mac, either by the scoreboard or other reasons, played a little bit earlier in his career and didn't have much success ever. So it's clear that being up there for 2 or 3 years in the system has him more ready.
I think he'll do great.
Good for him.
Yep. It's
Doc,
odd to me, though.
the season. What was the season? What was it, the 12th? What day did the NFL season open? The 12th of September. Do you remember the exact date?
like around the 8th.
The 8th.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, September 8th.
All right. So September 8th means we're probably coming up on what? This would be 8 weeks this Sunday, since September 8th, right? This is what the Jags' 8th game. Yeah. So this would be the 8th week. So Nick Foles with that broken collarbone is probably feeling about 100% already. No.
True.
That's like a 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
so
6 weeks the thing's healed. 8 weeks he's been in rehab since then, and he's feeling fine.
So it's now
No
it's just
pain.
a matter of having to wait out the NFL rule of being activated off of the injured reserve. You can't do that until
Correct.
week 11. But
Had they not done that, he probably could be playing now.
is there any? And so this isn't a complicated surgery. It's got pretty steady results. So it would really something have to go crazy for it to not be where we're at.
True, except he had a fracture there before. So I don't know if there was some malunion there or some issue with that with the previous injury. That'd be the only twist to that. But no, the clavicle fracture, you played it, it heals, you're done.
I want to talk to you about another topic that has kind of been in the news, and this is team versus player versus doctor, and that's what's going on with the Jets. They have an offensive lineman, last name is Semele, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who has a shoulder issue. The player says pretty bad shoulder, escalated to the point the labrum is torn off the bone, has doctor's notes from not one but two. He says 3 different doctors who say surgery necessary right away. And the Jets last week threatened to fine the guard for conduct detrimental to the team if he didn't participate in practice on Saturday, which they did after he didn't. Semele told reporters he's being fined his entire game check per week, the maximum allowed under the CBA. The Jets believe he can delay the surgery until the offseason and consider the labrum tear a pre-existing condition from his time with the Raiders. When Semele last spoke with the press Friday, the Jets had not released the requisite workers' comp paperwork. Semele says they have now. Semele's agents also told ESPN the Jets' insurance provider has approved the surgery. Still, the Jets had not responded to the Semele's plans to have surgery Friday. Give me some sense into this one as you smile.
So it's a work comp scenario as they brought up. So
Okay.
who owns the problem first off? If he got hurt playing for the Raiders and they documented that he had a labral tear and then he got moved to another team where he got injured, they still own that injury.
Okay.
So they're going to have to pay to fix it.
Okay.
Right? So that's one issue.
All right.
The timing of fixing a labral tear, most of the time, a labral tear, and certainly if it's detached, he probably, the labrum is about 30% of the stability of the shoulder, so it's probably a looseness issue where it feels like it's moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Some big lineman with another big guy pushing on him, his shoulder sliding around,
right?
A.k.a. one Tony Baselli.
Sure.
And that can lead to arthritic wear in the shoulder.
Okay.
So it's pain. If it starts to slide out, that's a bigger issue. So in general, for the physician end of it, if labral tear is not an emergency, got to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain thing and it's an instability thing. So one, if it's dislocating, that's a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
If it's painfully popping and catching and they can't play, then you fix that at that time. That's an in-season fix. The ones that are minimally symptomatic and they can play through it, fine. Well, it's not an emergency at that point. You fix it when the season is done. But if the player says it hurts and I can't play, that's
Surely
check mark.
a physical
you go fix it.
would catch that, wouldn't it? I mean, he came over in free agency. You got to give him a physical before you sign him, no?
Well, if it sounds like he had the injury when they got him, and they knew it.
And they knew
but
it.
if he wasn't symptomatic with it and could play, you say, fine, he can play. But once he clicks the switch and says, hey, now it's symptomatic, I can't play because it hurts too much, you have to react to that.
Are we being – let me ask you this. Are the Jets – it's obviously a bad look for the Jets.
Well, it is, and I think they're looking –
being petty? Are they being petty on this a little bit?
Well, I think they're being incorrect. I think they're wrong.
Right.
In that if the player says it hurts and I can't play, he needs a defined injury like that. you're
And
in
this
the,
is a
you're
Warrior,
wrong.
by the way,
You're
who's played a
absolutely
lot
wrong.
of years,
Yeah,
so it's not fair now.
Yeah, you're
to-
wrong, and you're going to lose that.
Yeah.
You're going to lose. I
So
think.
what's the point of fighting over?
I think part of the point was who owns it, who's
Yeah.
paying for it,
Right.
And when his disability check starts coming in when he's retired, who's paying that bill down the road? I think that's where they're at to say who's going to pay for this long term because we don't want it because he had it before he came to us.
Assembly previously said he'd been given the painkiller Toradol, which we all know about, for the first 3 games of the regular season. The first 2 outside specialists he consulted told him he should have surgery if his symptoms warranted it. Like you said, the pain. Assembly says he has not been sufficiently relieved of the pain. So the Jets are suspicious of the timing because they believe Assembly didn't start complaining about until his starting job was in jeopardy. They may only believe him when his this is
that's all irrelevant to the fact.
Right.
Yeah. Fact, it's not what you believe is what you can prove, and you can prove he had a labral tear.
Right.
He now calls it out and says it hurts. You're done.
Should the Jaguars, on behalf of the league, should the Jaguars just drop this Jalen thing? I mean, that's a slippery slope that was allowed to be. That's a Pandora's box that is allowed to be open.
This one, the Jets one, is more obviously.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it for the future. Is this going to be the new go-to? Should not the league render a decision on a guy faking injury and still getting paid? Because why doesn't that just become the new go-to move to get out of somewhere?
Well, apparently, and I'll let Doc comment, but apparently it's always been the go-to.
I wonder, though, if you shouldn't
Leon told us that. Like, if you want a day off, you say, yeah, my back's a little sore.
Even if it's not the and look, this isn't this isn't Jalen Ramsey bitterness coming out, but I'm just talking about from a league protocol perspective. Players see Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I'm surprised that the players in the league will put up with this, Hick. It's a gladiator sport. They're joking around and yucking it up on NFL Network like it's no big deal that you're 52 went and battled and won, pretended like he was injured so he could get hurt. I got more respect for Melvin Gordon and Le'Veon Bell. At least they don't lie and fake and cheat and steal.
Yeah.
Well, part of that is incumbent upon the team position. So the team has to rely on some objective person to say it is or it isn't.
Right.
Now, some of those things are not as objective as you may think, but it sounds like they sent him to get an MRI of his back, barring but again, a lot of these guys are going to have a bulging disc or this, that, and the other on their MRI. Is it herniated? No. Is it impinging a nerve root? No. But my back hurts. So as a physician, you got to remove all that other noise and say, sure, it could be causing him back pain. Am I going to cause him further harm by letting him play? No. So if he doesn't have a herniated disc and he doesn't have anything significant on his MRI, you could say, yeah, he has pain, but he's not going to cause himself further injury by playing. It may hurt, but he can play. So when you clear him, then the team can take over and say, okay, you're playing or you're not playing. If you're not playing, then you're not getting paid. But somebody has to step in and say it's not an injury requiring him to not play.
Right.
And that wasn't done.
Good stuff today, Doc. We got after it. Bumps and bruises. We're getting towards the end of the high school football season.
Yeah, so we do it this weekend, 9 to 10. Yeah. Nothing during Georgia, Florida, and then we're in the playoffs. So this is probably the last one.
Yeah. Okay. So again, if you're nicked up on Friday night, just check out Doc's website, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. I believe it is. Doc,
wow, that is correct.
Well,
Good pull again.
Thank you very much. Good to see you, Doc.
Thank you, boys.
All right.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
A top 10 showdown in the SEC West. Auburn at LSU, our college football game of the week. Brought to you by Jacksonville Area Napa Auto Care Centers and Pantheon Realty Group. Our coverage begins Saturday at 3 on 92.5 FM.
Hi, this is Dale Murray, and we're throwing the flag on those big city dealers charging those big city prices. Come see why everybody's driving the distance to Murray Superstores. If we don't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Our starting All-American lineup wins every time. Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty on all new and qualified used vehicles puts the blitz on the competition. And we'll trade anything from wore-out bed sheets to football cleats. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
It's Client Appreciation Month at Ideal Image Med Spa, and they are celebrating by giving you up to 70% off laser hair removal. This special offer ends on October 31st, so call now so you don't miss out. Think about that back hair that you're always asking somebody else to get rid of for you. Think about that neck hair, facial hair, chest. Guys, you've got so much unwanted hair, just like us ladies. And no, this is not something that's just for women. Laser hair removal is for everyone. My husband can attest to that. It's gone. A more permanent solution for getting rid of embarrassing unwanted hair. With Ideal Image, call for your private complimentary consultation, 904-652-0652. That's 904-652-0652, located at the markets at Town Center, US 17, just south of Orange Park on Fleming Island, and in St. Augustine in Diane's Marketplace. Medical Director Dr. Holly Hickman, check them out at idealimage.com. Up to 70% off laser hair removal right now. This special offer ends October 31st. Call now.
Hey, Hickett here. The value at Diamonds Direct is extraordinary. That's what they're known for, right? Direct importer, no middleman prices, best diamond prices guaranteed. So obviously you expect a great deal. What you might not expect is the first-class experience you get at Diamonds Direct. It's over the top customer service, man. It's relaxed, it's comprehensive diamond education, though. You learn all about diamonds. You learn the inside secrets of the industry. They don't hold anything back. They tell you how it is. Then you get to look at, okay, so you say, okay, I want this kind of diamond. You work it out. They don't just bring out 2 or 3. They'll bring out 15, 20 of them, and they'll work through them with you. So you get the one that you absolutely love. It's always laid back. It's professional. No pressure. No rush. Take all the time you need to make sure you're 100% comfortable with your decision. It's a family kind of atmosphere. Great vibe down there at the store. All this plus free service for life on any purchase. It's a great shopping experience. You'll feel confident in your decision, and you'll come back again and again to Diamonds Direct in a brand new gorgeous showroom off Town Center Parkway.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Tailgating season is heating up. Good thing Bernie Grill makes tailgating as easy as light, grill, touchdown. Join Bernie Grill and Lot J at TIAA Bank Field on December 8th when the Jags take on the Chargers for a tailgate party you won't forget. There'll be free games, giveaways, and live demonstrations of Bernie Alderwood portable tailgate grills. Even better, you can be the next Bernie Grill tailgate champion. Win a free tailgate for you and 3 friends on game day with food and drinks provided by Bernie Grill. Visit BernieGrill.com to enter today. That's BernieGrill.com.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista from the Freedom Boat Club, where we anchor your worries away. Freedom, that's what you deserve after a hard day's work. But you know, you're still not sure about this whole no maintenance, no cleaning, no hassle boating and how it really works? So come to our open house this weekend, 10 to 4. Take a free boat ride. Talk to our members. Follow our Facebook page at Freedom Boat Club, Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine to find out where you can get a free boat ride this weekend. Or check us out at freedomboatclub.com.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. October is birthday month for Zero Res. I can't believe it's been 15 years since my wife and I started this business. I appreciate so much all the loyal and generous customers. To celebrate our 15th birthday, just call and say, "Happy birthday, Zero Res," and we will give you $15 off any cleaning service that you need. That's $15 off tile, carpet, upholstery, area rugs, and granite countertops. $15 off whatever you need cleaned. It's our birthday gift to you. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Did you hear? The last 2 years, the Jaguars returned a punt for a touchdown, earning local families $100,000 towards a Dreamfinders home. Lauren Brooks here, letting you know that could be you this season. Visit any Dreamfinders Homes model and register to win the Take It to the House promotion for your chance at scoring $100,000 towards your Dreamfinders home. Dreamfinders Homes, homes built to fit your lifestyle.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Best Bet. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. The The Jaguars face the 1-5 Jets this weekend, although New York does have some weapons the Jags should look out for, including safety Jamal Adams. Gardner Minshew spoke yesterday on how aware of Adams he will need to be this weekend.
Every down. He's a different type of player. He's one of the best I've seen. He's always going to be around the ball. He attacks. So it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to play against him.
Visit Jaguars.com for more. Several names popped up on the injury report yesterday. Linebackers Leon Jacobs, Najee Good, and Quincy Williams. O-lineman Ken Robinson all did not practice. And defensive tackle Marcel Darius, who is set to receive a second opinion and evaluate a core muscle injury. Darius needs surgery. It would knock him out roughly 4 to 6 weeks. It's 69 degrees at 8:03. Time and Temper brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Oh, you know what that sounds means? That music means we got a drill speed trap alert in play. San Jose Boulevard right now, right outside Epping Forest. So
Chips on the scene.
yeah, if you're on State Road 13 there, San Jose Boulevard as you get close to San Marco, then, keep that speed down right around Epping Forest. The Washington Nationals, are taking on like this role of the Cinderella, and it is masking what they've really been since the beginning of August, and that is the best team in Major League Baseball. I'm getting a little bit tired of this little engine that could mentality that's going around this series. I get that the Houston Astros won 107 games. And that they were the favorites before the series started, particularly with the home field advantage. But this notion that some huge upset is going on is just factually misplaced. And since August 1st, which is a long time now, that's 3 months of baseball. The Washington Nationals have been the best team in Major League Baseball. They went 18-2 in August. They won their last 8 games of the regular season. They won the wild card game. After losing the opener to the Dodgers, they won 3 out of 4 against L.A., Then they swept the Cardinals 4 in a row, and now they've beaten the Astros 2 straight. This isn't some Cinderella story. This isn't I think I can. I think I can. This is a great team beating another good one.
They're a hot team. They
Hot
are
for
a
3
hot
months?
Team.
Hot for 3
And
months?
they've played great baseball. I just am going to continue to subscribe to a 107-win team does not get swept.
Well, they may not get swept, but it's not.
I don't think it's over. I think this could be an 86 or 96. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not going to bite. I may be wrong. I'm not going to bite.
No, it's not. It's not a big, huge.
I don't think it's a slam dunk.
I guess what I'm saying is the Nationals aren't being given enough credit. This isn't some fluky Cinderella story. I mean, they had again. August 1st was a long time.
My mediocre New York Mets beat them 12 out of 19 times.
Yeah, and I watched the Tigers sweep the Braves.
And it would have been that's 2 games, Jeff. That's not 19 games.
First of all, your Mets aren't mediocre. I mean,
they were okay.
Well, that's not mediocre. They're above 500.
The Mets should be the Nats. That's my problem.
Well, that may be true.
That's where I'm angry.
We're nuts about the Mets.
No, I don't want to be nuts about the Mets. I want to meet the Mets. That's a different thing for a different time. Listen, short series, though, when you got that kind of pitching, you can hang in there. It's funny, though, because, Garrett Cole and Verlander both, they weren't, quote, special performances.
With all due respect to Daniel Murphy, you know what?
Yeah.
The 162 don't lie is a lie. It does too lie. 162 does lie. You know why it lies? Because in 162, you have a 6-game stretch where you don't hit. Blah, blah, who cares?
Yeah.
You have a 6-game stretch in October, November, and your season ends.
I just don't think the series is over yet. I think the Astros will fight back here a little bit, show some grit, and we'll see what happens. But it's going to be tough. You got to go on the road. You got to go to Washington. The place is going to be electric. Greinke hasn't pitched particularly well here in the postseason. And the great thing about baseball is that in these series, things can happen. Like, I think sometimes the better teams don't always win, obviously. So, and Washington is a great club. You can go back to when they were, I believe they were 19-31, if I'm not mistaken.
They were.
So what's their record since that time? I'm sure it's probably one of the best in baseball. I would guess it'd be right there. So if you go back to when they were 19-31, but with that said,
I mean, they did. Yeah, they won 95 games.
95. What'd you guys win?
97. Oh, I'm sorry. They won 93 games.
93 games.
We probably won 97 or 98.
Yeah.
They went 46-27 in the second half. 630 win percentage.
But I also watched Houston win 107 games and roll into the postseason and beat a good Tampa team and beat the Yanks, very good Yankee team that won 100-plus games. And, so what we both agreed on going into the series, however, was the fact that Houston was such a heavy favorite was incorrect.
Yeah.
Neither of us said that. So
No.
I think the baseball guys have given Washington their credit.
Okay.
But it is.
But there's still, it still has this flavor. The narrative around it is as if this is like some Cinderella story.
Yeah, I'm not
maybe
buying
it's because they're, maybe because they were
maybe because Harper left.
Well, or because they were a wild card team.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only reason they made the charge to steal a division title, and the Braves just didn't let them. Like that, the month they went 18-2 in August, the Braves went 17-3. They made it one game, so they were both incredibly hot. But the last 2 months of the season, August and September, 2 important months.
Yeah.
The Nats are 36-18.
Okay.
I doubt there's anybody that has a better record than 36-18 the last 2 months.
Mets were pretty good for a certain period of time as well in the second half. Mets were 10 games under 500 and going to the break. And, I'm just saying, it's interesting. But the Astros were good all year. It's not like they lulled
No,
at
I know.
all. It's not like they – I don't think they let me see what they did here. Because they wanted that home field. Remember, the home field was important to them.
Well, and here's something else.
Oh, okay, here we go. Listen to this.
This is impressive
Hold on,
about the Nats.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 2 over their last 14 games.
Well, the Nats won their last 9, so I don't know what they were overall, and they didn't even need to. The Astros needed to.
Yeah. But the Astros, yeah.
Well, any opinions now have been replaced by results. The Nats are up 2-0. Clearly, Houston is not significantly better than the Nats. They just pitched Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander at home and couldn't win a game.
Gosh, Houston was just so dominant all year long. I mean, they just rip off 6-7 game winning streaks like it's nothing. But they were 57-34 at the half.
Right.
But they increased in the second half. They won 50. Yeah, they won 50 games in the second half too.
Oh, and
So the Astros were great all year long.
For the record,
Yes,
as we sit here today, the Nats have an 8-game win streak.
Yeah.
They won 2 in a row against the Dodgers.
I think the most impressive thing is all those wins that are on the road during that streak.
Well, many of them.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm saying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 on the road.
5 wins on the road, 5 straight on the road in the postseason. That's not easy to do.
Yeah. So I do think it's over. I mean, I'm not saying it won't be 4-2.
Yeah.
But I see there's no way Houston's winning this series.
I say if you're
only
Houston,
because you got Strasburg and Scherzer. If they had a normal, this were the Cardinals staff or the Braves staff, then I'd say we got a series. But not that staff.
Listen, if Garrett Cole had done what Garrett Cole had done the whole time, you'd be saying they got Cole and Verlander.
Yeah.
I mean, those two,
right.
That's a wash, but it didn't work out as a wash.
Although
you got
I will
to do,
say this.
Here's what you got to do. It's
Get home 3-2.
It's 2-3-2, right?
Yeah, get home
You got to
3-2.
win 2 games in Washington.
No
you
doubt.
got to get it back to Houston. If you can get it back to Houston, you got a chance. Because those are, we've all watched those game 6s and 7s at home where the place is electric.
No doubt. And, and I would assume that it's they'll probably pitch Cole game 5, won't they?
What's the buzz on Rendon and where he goes?
I've seen it anywhere and everywhere. The biggest shocking buzz is that he won't be in Washington. At some point, if you're Washington, you got to keep someone. I think they tried to make a move for him, though, and he wants to wait.
He turned him down.
Yeah. Washington will be fine. They got young talent anyway.
Well, that
you
kid,
need him.
That kid is so good. He's a Houston kid.
I know. He went to Rice.
Yeah. And grew up in Houston.
Yeah. Obviously, he can't play there. Bregman for them, their third baseman, though, has had a terrible postseason.
Big
At the-
error.
you know,
Was that an error or a hit?
They called it a hit.
That was an error. You got to make that play,
He
Brendan.
had 2 plays, really. And then the one he threw away, although they lost by so many as it turned
Yeah,
out.
but the
that opened the floodgates.
Yeah, that could have got out of that.
The one in his glove. Yeah, I
Yes.
think they called that a hit initially.
Yeah, I think that was.
But
an error.
I think you got to make that play. You
I do
might,
too.
in fact, you might want to dive out and make sure we keep that one in the infield.
Yeah.
Here's just something else that is just a reality at the end of the day, and this is why the Nats are going to win too.
Mm-hmm.
They're clutch.
Yeah.
The 4 big boys in baseball this year, the 4 best teams going into the postseason, the Dodgers, Braves, Yankees, and Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? None of them have hit 200 with runners in scoring position. They're a bunch of choking dogs. The Nats hit. The Nats get 2 on and 2 out, and some dude hits a double. The Astros are
They got
hitting
a lot of 2-out hits, man.
The Astros are hitting like 150 with runners in scoring position after the Braves hit 120 against the Cardinals. You got to get hits that matter, and the Nats so far are the only of the big boys that have consistently done that.
The Astros have to have one of the things the Astros have to do, and I always harken back to '86, and you can remember '96. But one of the things the Astros the Astros have to do, like when the Mets went to Fenway in '86, Game 3. Dykstra led off with a home run. They scored a bunch of runs. They need one of those games needs to be a
Jump
comfortable
out and be
win.
over.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be Game 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Game 3 is a must-win.
And with all due respect to Anibal, I love now he's Anibal Sanchez, which we called him for 20 years.
Oh, he's Anibal?
He's Anibal, But Anibal Sanchez, or Anibal, whoever he is, he already had his career game last time out when he almost no-hit the Cardinals, right?
You would hope.
He hasn't pitched since Friday, October 11th.
Golly,
Of course, they had all that time off.
They're in great shape. Hey, let's talk some before we see trending. Let me just get our drill poll question today, presented by Lockett Law DUI and Criminal Defense. Know before you blow, call Lee Lockett. Who's the Jags' offensive MVP?
That's a good question. It kind of, I would have to say, though.
I have 4 choices.
I mean, look, it's not fair. It speaks to the unfairness, but it's Gardner Minshew.
It's not Leonard Fournette?
It's not.
Oof, I think it's Leonard.
Yeah.
700-plus yards on the ground.
Yeah.
Lots of catches. Where would we be without Leonard Fournette? He is the offensive weapon. DJ Chark has leveled off a little bit. Dede Westbrook and Gardner Minshew. Fournette getting 53% of the vote.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I like that. I'm not saying I disagree with that,
Yeah.
but
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, if
You lean towards a quarterback.
Right. I think if a replacement level player replaced, Fournette,
yes,
and then Minshew was replaced by Blake Bortles or Cody Kessler or Josh Dobbs.
Do you agree that this game, by the way, the Jags 6-point favorites
Yeah,
now.
it's gone. It's going up.
Since the ghost came.
Yeah.
But do you agree? And by the way, I'm not sure at
it's a lot of points.
-6 I would lay.
Seeing ghosts.
I'm not sure I would if I were had to bet on the game, I think the Jags win, but I might take the Jets with the 6. But do you agree with the notion that this game is just as vitally important to the, like, if you're a playoff team, again, this is another game you must win. You're at home against a 1-5 team. You can't lose that. And by the way, you don't come home, truly home again. You have London, bye week, on the road. I don't think you come truly home again till December.
Could be worse, could be the Raiders. But, yeah, you need to get these.
One thing we always have is that lull because of London with the TIAA Bank Field. This is one that you must get. You can't lose this game. You lose this,
it's the same as the Cincinnati game.
It is. It's exactly the same,
Yeah,
right?
We're doing the same thing that we did last week.
That's what I thought.
You've got a bad team
I
at
agree.
home.
I concur, Beef. Do you concur, Beef?
I concur, Dr. Connors.
Thank you.
I'm surprised when I go around town how many people want to talk and are watching the baseball or more informed, which warms my soul. Because all we get are the scratchy, complainy, whiny texters. It's not talking baseball. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna stop popping baseball.
You seem a little cranky today.
I'd rather hear WNBA talk. Well, good. That sums you up, Chief.
Is that
Have a
what we
good
got?
life.
Is that what we got?
I'd rather hear WNBA talk than Major League Baseball. That's just super. Enjoy the World Cup, friend.
You want to see what's trending?
I do.
Okay.
I am a little bit cranky.
Yeah.
My back hurts, man.
Oh,
yeah.
got some back issues.
And I'm just bombarded with inaccuracies and fools on the text line today, which usually they're not quite.
You have to take that text line away from you. I
It's
think it
just-
shapes your mood a little
It's
bit.
crazy. These people are idiotic.
These are our people. Our
Well,
Googans.
that's fine.
Googan
but
Nation.
They know
strong.
that. I often am idiotic. I mean, you have to know that.
Shall we dance?
Call someone a name.
Number
today, they'll
5.
Sue you probably.
Number 5, guys. You guys want to try and get built like The Rock?
Yes,
Who
I would
wouldn't
like to
want to,
be.
right?
I would like to look like The Rock. Yes.
So The Rock, he's a icon on Instagram.
Okay.
He always posts his gym photos, and I decided to peel back the curtain a little bit and open up his gym bag, let the Googans know what are The Rock's secrets. How do you get cut like The Rock?
All right.
Popped open the gym bag, started pulling out items. Pretty standard stuff. Headphones, a beanie, things like that. But then he pulled out a Ziploc baggie full with what appears to be 5, maybe 6 uncooked hot dogs, guys. Says they're a delicious after-gym snack.
I love
Uncooked hot dogs?
Uncooked hot dogs.
Uncooked?
I've
Just
eaten them
plow through
uncooked
'em.
many times in my life.
Raw hot dogs.
Of course, I did that when I was like barefoot and like 8 years old.
Just
Couldn't-
nosh 'em down.
Couldn't cook yet. Just grab one out of the fridge and take it out in the backyard and look for earthworms.
Also pulled out a little bottle of tequila. Says he never works out without his morning nip. So apparently tequila and raw hot dogs.
Yeah, I
and he'll
don't.
be built like The Rock.
I would suggest to anyone out there.
I don't think that's going to work.
If you're contemplating an exercise routine, let's don't go with that one.
Say that's less than advisable?
Yeah, I'm saying tequila and raw hot dogs do not make you look like The Rock.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on record.
Number 4.
Number 4, guys. Last night before the game in Houston, they had a superstar out to throw out the first pitch of Game 2 of the World Series. It was a Houston native and Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles.
That was cool.
And just reminding us how she's such a better athlete than pretty much everyone on earth.
Yes.
Simone did a quick twist flip on the mound in jeans.
It was kind of strange to be honest.
It was weird, but it was awesome.
The other thing that I'm always reminded of is how tiny she is.
She's a tiny little person.
Yeah,
She's
those
tiny
gymnasts,
little gymnast.
Yeah, those gymnasts are that way.
Yes.
And it's all muscle.
You don't
She
see
is-
many 6'3" gymnasts, do you?
By the way, she is, I believe, would it be fair to call her the greatest gymnast of all time?
I think
Yeah,
that is
oh,
fair.
sure.
Or does she still have to add to
I don't
it
think
at
she does.
the
Didn't-
Olympics
how
next
many-
year?
She won
I think her
7,
resume's,
right? Did she win 7? What did she win? How many golds did she win?
She's won a lot.
But that one, didn't she set the Olympic record for golds in one game?
And I think she's set the record for golds like at the Worlds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just.
I think she's
she
maybe
just-
the most decorated gymnast, the greatest gymnast of all time.
She's spectacular.
I would. It seems to be.
I'm a Simone
I'll
Biles
let you
fan.
know when the Olympics come along, Dan. I get reminded of my gymnast history when
Breaking
the Olympics
down a little
come.
gymnastics
Yeah.
right here.
That's part of the 9.3 years I've given away to these broadcasts.
As we documented, regrettable choices over the years. Total golds for Simone Biles, by the way, 27 in international events. 4 Olympic golds, 19 at the Worlds.
Number 3.
Pretty good. 23 gold medals.
Number 3, guys.
Is that all?
Jeff, I know you've expressed your
I just want one.
frustration, annoyance with how litigious we could be as a society at times.
Very litigious.
Litigious society.
So we go
We
up
sue
to,
too much. I don't mind suing for relevant things, but there are people now that are trying to sue people because they hurt their feelings. I
Well,
mean,
speaking of having
we're
your
going way
feelings
off
hurt,
the
Jeff.
reservation here when it comes to what is like a sanctionable offense and what you just have to ignore.
Speaking of people who have their feelings hurt,
Okay.
we go up to one of our favorite places, Butts County,
Butts County.
up in Georgia,
I love Butts County.
where some local residents had some signs placed in their yard by the sheriff. And the sheriff is the sign. It says, "Warning: No trick-or-treating at this address." A community safety message from Butts County Sheriff Gary Long.
Is that like some predator living there? or
Yeah,
something?
the guys that he posted these signs in, well, they're all registered predators, and they're upset and are suing.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Well, there you go. See, predators can't sue. We don't want to send our kids up to you, you perverts. You dangerous, felonious predators. Shut the hell up. Lest the ghost from Scream pay you a visit.
Number 2.
Keeping it rolling, guys. Number 2. Last night, you pointed it out. What a debut. He didn't get the W, but what a debut in Brooklyn for Kyrie Irving, who poured in 50
By the way, I find myself really disliking Kyrie Irving.
Really?
now.
Oh, no. Not me as much.
Well, because he shunned the Knicks, obviously.
Yeah.
So
It's less for me than it was with the Celtics.
I was
He's the enemy
joyous
now.
to see them lose to the T-Wolves.
I think it seems
I
like
enjoyed that.
It seems like Brooklyn is a perfect place for him. He's kind of a New York kid, grew up in New Jersey.
GTH on that, friend.
He channeled. That's true. He chose the wrong one, according to you. But
Yeah.
he seems to be channeling his inner Uncle Drew.
I'm not really sure the Brooklyn Nets are New York. I'm sorry.
Well, they're in Brooklyn, so yeah.
They're the Jersey Nets.
Well, he's from Jersey, so maybe that's why he chose them.
Oh, GTH.
Yeah.
Number 1.
He was very good last night.
He was good. He had 50 points.
Yeah,
but he didn't have enough.
And boy,
And he missed the game winner.
It is ISO ball though, man.
Oh God.
It's not like he's catching the ball off of screens. You give him the ball at the top of the key.
He'll be very happy this year.
He Uncle Drews for 5 minutes and then he puts up a shot.
He'll be very happy this year because he won't have KD.
That's correct.
So he'll be able to score his 50 a game, and regardless of the record.
You know, the Nets were, on the rise without those guys, but they've, reconfigured the roster a little bit.
Yes.
We'll see.
And,
I have a buddy who's a
one-
Nets fan. I told him they're on pace for 0-82.
I like that.
Better
There
get
may
going.
be a near historic number of people not tuning into it, but still, the most talked about thing in the Twitter sphere last night was
Oh,
the
yeah.
Nats taking the 2-0 lead on the Astros in the World Series.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, impressive.
I know you guys enjoy a good round of good-natured smack talk between athletes, so I don't know if you saw the long gestating clapback that Yu Darvish gave to Justin Verlander on Twitter.
I read the headline in SMH. I mean, Yu Darvish has about as much right to throw shade at anyone as a capital murderer. I mean, what the hell kind of stock does Yu Darvish have? So now, tell me why I'm wrong and explain to me the story.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
A little more good-natured than that.
What? It was.
It was.
Well, that's not the headline. Made it sound like it
No,
was.
back in April of 18, MLB posted a highlight of Darvish hit a ball to the corner in Wrigley Field. Outfielder couldn't corral it. He rounded second, tripped, fell on his face, had to crawl back to second base. Verlander tweeted out, said, not doing a lot to help us dispel the pitchers aren't athletes thing. So last night when Verlander fielded a pitch, fell on his back and threw it off his own leg, Darvish quickly jumped on the opportunity and said, hey, Justin, not doing a lot here to help
That's
us
fair.
dispel the
Yeah.
pitchers aren't athletes thing.
As predicted. Completely wrong on my part.
That's what's trending. Well
Thank you.
done.
It is a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday here on The Drill. We're talking college ball with Riley Skinner and the Riley Report.
Yeah!
Next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Offense and defense get the glory. Special teams make a team special.
Big hitter, did it on special teams.
Listen for the Special Teams Player of the Week, brought to you by the urological specialists of McKeever Clinic on 1010XL.
Zips Express Car Wash is celebrating their new always free, super powerful vacuum systems at all 7 Jacksonville locations. These things really suck. So Zips is rolling back prices in grand opening style. Come in today and get unlimited monthly washes starting at just $9.99 per month. New members, visit our Southside location and get started for only $1. That's right, $1 for 30 days of unlimited washes and as low as $9.95 per month after that, only at Zips Car Wash.
Right now at Ring Power, your local Cat dealer, get 0% for 60 months with 0 down on select new Cat compact equipment. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit ringpower.com/CCE offer jacks. Terms and conditions apply.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Football fans, join Ladies me, and Leon gentlemen, Searcy. if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again. This year, we will recognize 12 local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new vehicle. 12 heroes will be getting 12 new vehicles. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, and new this year, your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Football fans, join me, Leon Searcy, and XL Primetime at R&R Tire Express this Friday at 10140 Atlantic Boulevard at noon for our live show. Come by and register for your chance to win $2,000 in R&R gift cards, free Sundays barbecue, and great giveaways. Take advantage of the Leon Searcy special and receive $100 off 4 sets of tires or custom wheels. R&R offers affordable payment options like 6 months, same as cash, on tires you need and wheels you want. Join us this Friday at R&R Tire Express at 10140 Atlantic Boulevard.
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line, built by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
as soon as possible
at 641-1010.
Folks, the First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab center categories. For the last 25 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. Go where the pros go.
Marine Max Jacksonville Beach and Grady White Boats are both ready to get you on the water today. Grady White is celebrating 60 years of providing the ultimate boat ownership experience. Whether you are a hardcore fisherman or just want to enjoy cruising Northeast Florida waters, Grady White has 27 models from 18 to 45 feet to choose from. Visit Marine Max Jacksonville Beach, marinemax.com/Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here. Visit the newly renovated Boston's in the River City Marketplace. This month, a percentage of all pizza sales will benefit walk-off charities supporting youth baseball. Check out their Facebook page for local specials, events, and giveaways. We'll make you a fan.
Fast, easy, and convenient glass repair and replacement. That's how Lee & Cates does it. Commercial, residential, automotive. For more information and to request a quote, visit leeandcatesglass.com.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
Don't miss the fourth quarter year-end sales drive going on now at Jack Hanania's Hyundai of Orange Park. Get in the game and save with giant fourth quarter discounts on hundreds of new Hyundais, like the 2019 Santa Fe SEL. For a limited time, score big with up to $5,000 off MSRP. Get 0% interest for up to 72 months, or make no payments until next year. That's right, $5,000 off, 0%, or make no payments until next year. And they're all backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty and 1-year complimentary maintenance. In addition to Hyundai Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Want another reason to visit? Now through the end of the month, get a free oil change with a test drive of any new Hyundai. So rush to the fourth quarter year-end sales drive. Going on now at Jack Hanania's Hyundai of Orange Park on Blanding Boulevard or online at HyundaiofOrangePark.com. Offers cannot be combined with approved credit on select vehicles. See dealer for details.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. And now, Ameris Bank brings you the Riley Report with Riley Skinner on 1010XL.
All right, let's talk a little college ball with our friend Riley Skinner. He's former Wake Forest Demon Deke, celebrating a big W. Former Bowls quarterback, cup of coffee with the New York Football Giants. Good morning, Riley.
Mr. Hicken, what's happening this morning?
How are you, friend?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Beating the Noles last week?
Anytime you beat the Noles is a good thing for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, isn't it?
That's right. I don't care what state they're in.
Yeah.
any win against the Noles is a win against the Noles.
Yes. How was that game for you in terms of viewing? You watched it down here in Jacksonville. You didn't go to the game, did you?
I didn't go to the game.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. It was pouring rain the whole time.
What an awful weekend in terms of weather. But so
Yeah.
pins and needles throughout the game. Well, first off, were you able to find the game on television?
Like I said, AT&T. Come on now.
Understood.
It was actually it reminded me we played them in 2008. We had 5 field goals. I think we beat them with 5 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
And we started off this game, had 4 drives in a row inside the 15-yard line and some inside the 10. Came away with 4 field goals, thought that was going to bite us in the end. But I tell you, our backup quarterback played pretty well, and our kicker was on point. Sloppy game overall. I mean, it was sloppy, but a resilient game and huge win for us going into what I think could be 2 fairly convincing wins for the Deeks before we get to the Clemson Tigers.
What bowl game will the Deeks end up in? You have an opportunity to go to a pretty nice bowl for Wake Forest.
You should. I mean, we have a legitimate opportunity to go 10-2.
Okay.
So what would the second ACC team get from a bowl standpoint? I'm not very educated in terms of my bowl ranking.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it'd be a pretty darn good.
Yeah, like a
bowl.
New Year's Day bowl type thing.
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be awesome. Is your and the other kid played pretty well at quarterback in that?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Hartman. He played pretty well.
Again, FSU lost to Wake Forest, and Hartman's a little bit of a misnomer because he has experience. He was a starter before, but he got replaced. But
Right.
FSU lost to a team with a backup quarterback named Wake Forest.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he started 9 games
Correct.
last year.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He's
But
very, very capable. But yeah.
And we're gonna,
biggest deal is we lost kind of the captain of our defense for the year.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate, but we move on. Plug and replace.
yeah. And we'll talk more about FSU from an FSU standpoint. There's a really good article in The Athletic by Andy Staples about the economics of why Willie Taggart has to win right now at Florida State, and we'll get into that a little bit. But what are your thoughts about you've been around FSU football for a long time. I mean, it is just pathetic right now.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Now they had better athletes than you, right?
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
And
yes, not by the margin they used to.
Which is also
but yeah.
fair, and that's also noticeable that they don't have the. It's a little bit unfair. They're not getting the kids that they used to get. So
they've got some studs.
Right.
I, honestly, Dan, I'm saying this and not as a Wake homer.
Right.
Wake is just getting really good athletes these days.
Okay.
A lot better than we had when I was there. But you're right. I mean, the gap between the level of athletes at Florida State and some of their opponents in the ACC is closing in, and when you couple that with lack of leadership and no real identity on offense, it gets ugly.
Well, they had talked about we got to get Cam Akers the ball. Well, he got it 30 times,
right?
And he had 157 yards, and when they threw the football for almost 300 yards, but they only scored 20 points.
They had some bad turnovers. One really bad turnover in the red zone going in to score to put the game. I think they were going to go up 10 or 11 and fumbled right there. Cam Akers fumbled on the 10-yard line. Cam played well. I mean, when he was stopped in the backfield, I thought Cam Akers ran really hard. He got a lot out of nothing.
He's a great player, man. He's a stud.
I feel like it's a broken record, though, in terms of their offensive line. And they're very average to subpar quarterback, and they've got I will say, Tamari Terry, I think he's could be one of the best receivers in the country if he had a quarterback to throw it to. But you don't have, I don't know, it's a combination of a bad offensive line, a quarterback that's new to the system, and a system right now with Willie Taggart's offense that it's not fired on all cylinders at all. And you couple that, I don't care how your defense plays, you're just not going to win a lot of ball games. And before, Florida State was scoring a lot of points coupled with a fast, athletic, nasty defense, and you've got a stale offense now with a defense that's just flat out getting exhausted out there.
I'll say one more thing about Willie Taggart. We'll move on. well, first I want to ask you your opinion. Will he be? Is he back next year? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Jeff, do you think he's back next year? Yes or no?
No.
No. In the last 20 years, 4 coaches hired by the 65 Power 5 schools have only lasted 2 years. Only 4 coaches.
By their choice?
Fired. Colorado fired John Embry, 3-10, 1-11. Kansas fired Turner Gill, 3-9, 2-10.
That's a good,
Stanford got rid of Walt Harris, 5-6, 1-11. And Washington made the decision to fire Keith Gilbertson, 6-6, 1-11. So 3 of those guys went 1-11.
When you're getting compared to those 4 powerhouse,
well, I don't know if we're getting compared. I'm thinking that maybe he doesn't
good.
get. Well, I'm thinking maybe he doesn't. I mean, how do you fire a guy who goes 5-7, 6-6? I don't see it happening.
No, I don't see it happening either.
Yeah.
I was wondering where Jeff was. I figured since we were talking about Wake and Florida State,
he doesn't care.
He just took his headphones
This has become the Wake Forest Report. It's annoying me. Hey, let's talk about 2 real football programs in Auburn and LSU. I think Auburn hadn't won in Baton Rouge in like 30 years or something.
Really?
That's a tough spot,
Wow.
yeah.
10.5-point line.
Yeah, and just going by what I've seen in common opponents, Florida has played both. LSU seems like a lot more explosive team offensively and a similar team defensively. What odds do you give Auburn pulling the upset?
I think LSU is going to win the football game. I don't give a lot of odds to Auburn winning this, honestly, because they've both been tested. I think they've both played good schedules. I think the way LSU is winning, though, has just been so much more convincing. It's been so much more methodical. And when you look at the playmakers on the outside for Joe Burrow to throw to and the confidence and the accuracy that he's throwing the football, I just see them being able to do what they do in order to win. Auburn, to me, based on the way they've started a lot of these games, I know they've ended okay, but the way they started against Arkansas, even the way they started against Tulane when they were playing, they don't have. I think they don't have a long enough leash to start off that slow against LSU and come back. If Bo Nix plays at all like he did against Florida, it could be a bloodbath.
Well, why? I mean, I got no. Although the Gator defense, as it was that day, before as injured as it was now, probably just as good as LSU's defense. But that's a similar environment he's going to have to deal with. It did not go well the first time, but maybe what he dealt with in the swamp will help him this Saturday.
Yeah, I completely agree. But same with LSU. LSU and Auburn, Florida and Auburn's defense, I don't think are too dissimilar. And LSU was able to move the ball in pretty big chunks against Florida. So that's it. It's hard to say, now he's going against Auburn's defenses. Well, now he's got Derek Brown to go against.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had Florida's defense.
Florida's better
just
than Auburn.
As good or better than all that, exactly. Yeah. So I'd love to see a good game. I don't want to see a blowout. I think Auburn will come to play. But, look, I think if Bo Nix, to me, Gus Malzahn has got to get the ball to somebody other than just Seth Williams on a consistent basis. I think if they try to just narrow in on Seth Williams on the outside, it's going to be easier for LSU to defend that. I think they've just got to get a little bit complicated from an offensive standpoint and get Bo Nix out of the pocket, because in a big stage like that in Baton Rouge, dropping back in the middle of the pocket, trying to go through his 1-2-3 read progression does not seem to me the way to beat LSU. And so I'm interested to see the kind of game plan that Gus Malzahn calls. I'd be shocked if we don't see a lot of trickery, a lot of circus motions, reverses out of Auburn, and see what Cam Martin and Sean, Shivers or Shivers, the running backs that
Shiver me
make
timbers
up for Whitlow not being there.
Hey, Jeff, at this time you should make your comment about the schedule for the week.
It's not that bad this week.
Not that bad?
No,
not that bad.
Oh, we got LSU, Auburn. I got Notre Dame, Michigan. I got Ohio State, Wisconsin.
I
better
than what
we've had.
Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Where is game day going?
Out of their balloon. What's that?
Where's College game day going?
I would guess Ann Arbor.
South Dakota, right?
Hey, Riley Skinner doing some homework, baby.
This schedule's better from a national than the last.
We're going to South Dakota, which is fun. I like that for game day, but to me that tells me that there's not a lot of great games.
Riley repeated, what I've heard a lot, that Wisconsin took the air out of the Ohio State. I mean, it didn't really take it out to me. It's still one of the few games in Ohio State's schedule where the opponent has the chance to beat them.
Well,
that's more
I
about
think
it.
everybody in the country wants to see who Ohio State is.
Yeah.
And it's the same narrative every year. Wisconsin's defense, it's the best test they've had yet. We want to see Justin Fields on a high caliber.
Feels like
defense.
Ohio State's going to win the game 35-0 to me.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, Jim? I also have this sneaky suspicion that Jim Harbaugh, is it the first time at Michigan, would beat a top 10 opponent? Might be his first win over a top 10
Don't
team.
you got that feeling? But then I sit there and I think, well, they're due. Michigan's so due, but
it's a home game against
Notre Dame. Notre Dame's good. Notre Dame's
just-
better
they're
than you
just-
think.
Notre Dame is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basing my value of Notre Dame on how they did at Georgia, and then I think about South Carolina winning there the next week, and it makes me question it, but that's dangerous.
Say how they did at Georgia. I mean, what was your takeaway from their game against Georgia?
I thought they did pretty well, and then I saw Georgia lose to South Carolina and go scoreless against Kentucky, and suddenly I didn't think they did as well as I thought they did at the time.
Yeah.
That's all. Which,
I
again,
still
that's
say I agree
it's
with
a
Dan. I
dangerous
think
game
Notre
to play.
Dame is a solid football team. I think Ian Book's a very underrated quarterback for what
Well, it
he's
ain't like
doing.
Ohio State's come to town, boys. That's all
No,
I meant. I
right,
mean,
right.
and Jim Harbaugh has struggled mightily to beat anybody any good. I'm just saying, I think it might set up for him to get it this week.
Yeah,
This could be the first feather in old Harbaugh's cap. For a top 10
He needs a
team.
feather. He needs a
Golly.
feather so
it shows,
badly.
it shows you that in many ways, coaching a college program is a lot harder than coaching an NFL, because in the NFL, he's one of the best coaches in the league.
Well,
pretty
in
good at
college,
Stanford.
I was going to say, in college, he was one of the best coaches in the league, too, at Stanford.
Well, it doesn't make sense then. It doesn't. It was at he was one of the best coaches in the league at Stanford because maybe where he played, I guess, or.
Well, he did well. San Diego.
Well,
and
yeah, that's.
I know, but he worked his way up, and he was successful everywhere until he got to Michigan, which is
not
the
that
one
he's-
place where you thought he would be like
Well, that's what
rule
I mean.
the world.
I guess he's not recruiting. I mean, I don't know why they can't beat anybody.
Well, for sure he's missed on quarterbacks, right?
Well, I read an article this week just about putting it into perspective and how he just gets compared to the Ohio State standard. And I don't think Michigan's really ever been, correct me if I'm wrong, historically as good or in that caliber of Ohio State. I mean, yes, they have a rivalry. Yes, they're similar programs. But in
That's
terms
fair.
of the level of eliteness,
Yeah, that's
Ohio
fair.
State is Ohio
Historically,
State.
yeah.
And he just gets compared to Ohio State standards, which that's like any other SEC team right now in the last 10 years getting compared to Alabama standard. I mean, there's a good chance you're going to fall short if you're not winning 10 to 11 games. And that's a tough thing to do year in, year out. There's a very few percentage of schools. I mean, shoot, you can count them on your hand that have done that consistently over the last 8 to 10 years. So, yes, he needs to win a big game. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that I feel like everybody calls for a set every time he loses a top 10 matchup,
Right.
I think is a little bit over the top.
All right, we got to roll. You got an upset pick?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
Maybe TCU could upset Texas, but
all right.
I don't see anything major.
You're not
I
go-
thought
you're not
I thought
let-
I was good on my Washington-Oregon pick last week. It was looking good for a while.
Yeah, Pross had them too. Yeah, didn't work out.
It's all right, Pross.
They had it.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate it, Riley. Always good to catch up, my man.
All right, we'll talk next week.
There he goes, the Riley Report. We do it each and every Thursday. We'll be back with more right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Game day starts 5 hours before kickoff with the Coastal Equipment Kickoff Show.
So, let's do this, shall we?
With Lauren Brooks, Hayes Carline, and Fat Tony.
Get on the bandwagon!
Brought to you by Sawyer Gas and Mr. Rooter Plumbing on 1010XL.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common: a determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination remain. We are proud to add a new chapter to our solid legacy and remain fiercely committed to you. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look. Ameris Bank, member FDIC.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and right now is the right time to get behind the wheel of the all-new Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. After all, what truck has the most functional bed in its class and up to 20% more cargo volume than the competition? The all-new Chevy Silverado. What truck offers the choice of several different powertrains to help you find the power and efficiency you need? The all-new Chevy Silverado. This Chevy Truck Month, head into your local Chevy dealer and see for yourself that the only truck that compares to a Chevy Silverado is another Chevy Silverado. Now, well-qualified buyers make no payments for 90 days on the all-new 2019 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. See your Southern Chevy dealers. Some customers will not qualify. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Finance charges accrue from date of financing. Not available in PA unless combined with a 0% APR. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 10/31/19. See dealer for details.
If your home was built before 1975, I have an important message you need to hear. Homes built before 1975 were built with cast iron pipes that are corroding right beneath your feet. Many homeowners are unaware, and your pipes may be decaying completely out of sight. This ticking time bomb can lead to devastating water damage to your home. Our firm is currently representing thousands of Florida homeowners to make their insurance companies pay to replace and repair their pipes. Our lawyers have successfully won money for clients to repipe their homes, but your time to file a claim may be limited. If your home was built before 1975, visit pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. To find out if your home is affected, visit our website at pipelawsuit.com or call us now at 800-888-1234. Morgan & Morgan.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
The Diamonds Direct, I feel like I got value. I feel like I got the better price.
That's Eric Utley, another unpaid, unrehearsed, unscripted, raving fan of Diamonds Direct.
It's a competitive price, but the quality stands above and beyond the competitors that we looked at and researched, and that's where I think Diamonds Direct really stands apart.
Eric and his fiancée did a lot of shopping and found not only the best value at Diamonds Direct, but the best experience.
When we went into the local, smaller jewelers, and then especially when we went into some of these bigger brands, we just found a lack of service and a lack of just listening to the needs and the wants of my fiancée when making this buying decision.
But at Diamonds Direct,
they offered a much more consultative and listening approach where they were actually listening to what my fiancée wanted. That really separated Diamonds Direct.
Diamonds Direct.
Don't waste your time. Head to Diamonds Direct.
Your love, our passion.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
I'm Dr. Eric Kim of the Hekin Clinic. I've dedicated my career to helping eliminate joint pain many patients suffer every day. At the Hekin Clinic, we use the most advanced surgical and non-surgical techniques, including robotic-aided knee replacement, which has produced outstanding results for our patients. I'm excited to be part of the Hekin Clinic team and look forward to helping the patients in Northeast Florida live a pain-free life.
The Hekin Clinic, a full-service orthopedic surgical practice specializing in knees and hips. Log on and search for Hekin Clinic today.
2020 is right around the corner, but at Claude Nolan Cadillac, the 2020 models have arrived, and you're invited to our Roaring Into the 20s celebration. Join us Saturday, November 9th from 10 until 3 and see the entire lineup of 2020 models, plus get an exclusive sneak peek at the brand new CT5. Food raffles and test drives. We hope you'll join us. Claude Nolan on Southside Boulevard or visit ClaudeNolanCadillac.com for more details. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, welcome back. Andy Staples wrote an interesting article, The Economics of Why Willie Taggart Needs to Win Right Now at Florida State. I want to talk about it here over the next few minutes. And he's saying, basically, despite what you've read, the administration does not want to fire Willie Taggart. They have a president planning to retire next year and an athletic director who was elevated from interim status because no suitable sitting athletic directors wanted the job when it opened in 2018. You understand what I just said there? No athletic directors wanted the FSU AD job because they run things differently over there, but they're in the process of changing that. We've talked about that before. But John Thrasher is the president, who we know well, and AD David Coburn, who we don't know, have worked hard to restructure Florida State's athletic department so the next president will have a robust pool of AD candidates. So they're in a tough spot. They don't want to fire, then hire a football coach before all that takes place. They don't want to pay buyouts going and coming. They want nothing more than the Seminoles to win their final 5 games and get to a quality bowl game. But football firings are tough, man. I mean, it just depends on how you judge what Willie Taggart has done. The expectation level at FSU is a lot different than it is at other programs.
Used to be.
Like, for example,
I mean, I look at it's hard.
Is Chip Kelly in danger of getting fired?
No.
He's been terrible.
He's improving.
Is he?
Yeah, absolutely is. They're
Does they
2
beat
and 2,
Stanford?
2 and 2 in the Pac-12. They didn't do
What's their
anything
record?
last year. They're not good, but they're
Yeah.
improving.
They are improving.
FSU is worse than they were last year.
No, they're not.
They
You
look
don't
it to
think
me.
so? FSU will end this season better than they were last year.
I don't know by what measure.
Win-loss.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
They're going to lose this week at home to a terrible Syracuse team in front of 31,000 people.
They're not going to lose this game.
I don't know why you think they are a layup to beat anybody.
If they lose this game, we will revisit this conversation.
Yeah,
and I will back
I
you.
honestly think there's
Yeah.
a 50-50 shot they lose the game to Syracuse. Why would –
I don't think they're necessarily a whole lot better than they were a year ago.
I
but
think they're worse. I think they've gotten worse.
Oh, no. I think they're better. I mean, their offense is better. Their offensive line is better. There's some things that are better. Anyway.
What was their record last year at this time?
5-7. Oh, I don't know. It's a safe bet FSU will lose its season finale at Florida, currently 7-1. But the Seminoles can win their other 4 games. That would make them 7-5 and put them in a decent enough bowl. A season with wins against Louisiana Monroe, Louisville, NC State, Syracuse, BC, Alabama State, Miami wouldn't be anything anyone would want to remember, but it would represent improvement.
They've only played one good game all year. They played good against NC State.
Who's terrible.
Right. I mean, that's the only game they've played where they've been impressive.
Fail to make a bowl game and want may not matter anymore because then math might get in the way. That Florida State has kept its Doak Campbell Stadium mostly full has been a testament to how great a product the Noles have been on the field for.
Okay, well, now that again, I have to stop you. Have you watched them play this year? It hasn't been mostly full. It's been empty. We're talking about
the history.
Okay.
Over the past 45 years. Many of Bowden's teams were incredible. Tallahassee isn't close to anything except Sop Choppy and Thomasville. It's a 2.5-hour drive from Jacksonville, 4 hours from Metro Orlando and Tampa, 5 hours from Atlanta, 7 hours from Miami. The hotels in town often charge $350 a night and carry a 2-night minimum on game weekends. All that to say, FSU fans have been making considerable effort to support their team, and support is they have. When Doak is full, it's one of the most intimidating road venues in college football. The crowd is deafening. The marching Chiefs blast out from the seats high above the end zone. But if the Noles don't give fans a reason to make that effort, then those people won't want to do all that driving or spend all that money on hotels.
Is this an FSU reporter? Or is it?
It's Andy Staples.
So he's general college football.
It's the Athletic, yeah. They won't pay for parking. They won't pay for concessions. They won't want to donate to the Booster Club. So then he talks about the tickets a little bit. And it is frightening. What is
a challenge for a lot of college football teams,
Sure
so
it
no
is.
one is right next to
Also
New York
fair.
City.
Well, no, also challenge of getting people to the games. Is,
That's what I mean.
I mean, attendance is down everywhere.
Well, Gainesville's also forever from Miami and Orlando. I mean,
Yeah, but it's a short ride from here. It's at least
well,
in the
so
set.
is Tallahassee.
It's an extra
45 minutes, right?
Hour
and a half, 2:15. No. Well, I mean, if you want to go to the game, you can go to the game in Gainesville or Tallahassee. It's a day. I mean, it's not. It's a drive. And
in Fisher's final season, the median announced attendance, total tickets distributed at Florida State games was 72,285. The number was dragged down by the Louisiana Monroe game because they played it to keep their bowl streak alive. There is typically a season ticket sales bump when a new coach takes over, but Florida State's coaching change was anything but normal. Fans had soured on Fisher. The administration and majority of fans didn't want to leave, even though his team had declined in his final 2 seasons. So actually the season ticket sales went down in Taggart's first year, which is a tough thing to deal with. But attendance trended down for most of the season. BC visited on November 10th. Announced attendance 57,000, 30,000 tickets scanned. Woo. Boston College game looked bad, but it was a sign of things to come. Only one game this season has had a larger announced attendance than last season's worst attended game. And next week's Miami game will likely be the only other game that surpasses last season's Boston College game. So they are struggling ticket-wise. Anyway, let's do this. Let's take a break. I want to finish up on this and talk about some of his theories as to what's wrong and why Taggart does have to win now, maybe more than in other places.
Because it's Florida State.
Because it's Florida State.
For
All right,
sure.
We'll do that next.
I agree with all of that. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Catch Navy football on 1010XL. This week, the Midshipman Battle, Tulane. Saturday at 3:30. Brought to you by Scrubbles Express Car Wash at the Town Center and Honeydew Service. Hear the games all season long on 1010 AM.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common: a determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination remain. We are proud to add a new chapter to our solid legacy and remain fiercely committed to you. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look. Ameris Bank, member FDIC.
Pet Paradise is a comprehensive pet care provider offering boarding, day camp, grooming, and veterinary services. Pet Paradise has state-of-the-art resorts that offer safe, clean, and fun environment for four-legged guests and peace of mind for their owners. Pet Paradise has 5 North Florida locations, including one at the Jacksonville Airport. It's open 24/7. Visit them today, petparadise.com. Pet Paradise is the official pet service provider for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Attention, architects, engineers, and property managers, give your concrete structures new life with some CPR. CPR Contracting doesn't patch your concrete problems, it solves them. CPR restores and protects all concrete structures. So if the building is 1 story or 40 high, a bridge 1 mile or 10 miles long, CPR is long on the experience to fix it right. Local, licensed, insured, bonded, and drug-free. CPR is the concrete contractor you need to get to know. Also working with other general contractors. Find them at cprcontracting.com.
This is Coach Ellen Darley with Darley's Plumbing. Now, I've seen plenty of guys who want to tackle their own plumbing work. And sure, some can. But when the backups just don't make the cut, you need the starting team at Darley's Plumbing. We do it all. Any large or small plumbing jobs. Plus, we have 24-hour emergency service. So we'll be there when you need us. When your home field needs plumbing work, bring in the all-pros at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. Find us online at darleysplumbing.com. License number CFC 056702.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists invites every school and every athlete to the free Bumps and Bruises clinics Saturday morning. Join Dr. Kevin Murphy, Dr. Aaron Bates, and Dr. Chris Swanson at the Brooks YMCA from 8 to 9. Atlas Physical Therapy on State Road 210 and in Fleming Island at Preferred Physical Therapy from 9:30 to 10:30. It's absolutely free. See you there.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista from the Freedom Boat Club, where we anchor your worries away. Freedom, that's what you deserve after a hard day's work. But you know, you're still not sure about this whole no maintenance, no cleaning, no hassle boating and how it really works? So come to our open house this weekend, 10 to 4, take a free boat ride, talk to our members. Follow our Facebook page at Freedom Boat Club, Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine to find out where you can get a free boat ride this weekend. Or check us out at freedomboatclub.com.
How tough is the new 2019 Crewmax Toyota truck? Well, it's tough enough for Ernie Palmer Toyota and 1010XL to give one away this fall. Fact is, Ernie Palmer Toyota now has your toughest and coolest Tundras, Tacomas, Highlanders, and Sequoias just sitting around waiting for you to drive. So visit Ernie Palmer Toyota today and keep an eye out for the Ernie Palmer Weekly Pick'em Contest this football season on 1010XL.com, where you'll have a chance to win a Crewmax Toyota Tundra, only from Ernie Palmer Toyota.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Duval Honda. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Several names popped up on the injury report yesterday. Linebackers Leon Jacobs, Najee Good, and Quincy Williams. O-lineman Cam Robinson all did not practice, and defensive tackle Marcel Darius, who is left to receive a second opinion on and reevaluate a core muscle injury. If Darius needs surgery, it would knock him out roughly 4 to 6 weeks. Nick Foles returned to practice yesterday on a limited basis. He is set to move to the active roster Week 11 versus the Colts. Gardner Minshew spoke yesterday on Nick Foles' return.
Yeah, it was good, man. He looked comfortable. It's been a while. We miss him out there. He brings a lot of energy. It's a lot of fun when he's out there. So it was good to see him back.
Visit Jaguars.com for more. It's 74 degrees at 9:02. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, welcome back. Top of the hour. Good morning, Jacksonville. Hanging out on the